Is it on?
Yeah.
Cool. My name's Doug. I'm the designer of Pizza Town, which is a competitive strategy game for 2 to 5 players. And in Pizza Town, you're taking on the role of a pizza delivery guy or girl, trying to earn a spot in the Pizza Town Hall of Fame. And you do that by delivering pizzas and bringing in as much money as possible you can to the company, all the while trying to manage your fuel in the transportation that you have, making sure that you don't run out. Let's go down to the table real quick and I'll show you how it's played. So the game consists of 3 rounds, and in each round, players are going to be delivering 3 orders of pizza. So the board has 50 different addresses, and they're just numbered here. And then the order cards will tell you where your pizza needs to go. So on an order card, you have just the address, so in this case, number 9, and it also has how much money you get for delivering the pizza based on how much time it took you to get there. So if you deliver it on turn 1, you'll get 24 bucks, turn 2, 22 bucks, so on and so forth. So that's what the orders look like. So the first phase of a round is the players are going to be doing a blind auction so that they can get 3 orders. So they'll do 3 blind auctions. All players are going to place any amount of money in their hand. It can be $0 all the way up to as much as they want, and they're bidding on first pick and second pick and so on and so forth of the orders that came up here. So once all the players have placed the money in their hands, they reveal how much they bid, and then in the order of who bid the most, they take turns picking one of these orders. So I bid $3, so we'll say maybe I picked 3rd or 4th. So we'll go ahead and say that the other players picked these orders, and I was left with just these 2 at the end because I bid the lowest amount. So I'll go ahead and grab this order 9, which is probably better than 39. Just put that in front of me. Now this order is discarded. They called and canceled the order, I guess. Then we go ahead and put out 5 new orders. So at the end of the blind auction, once players have gotten their orders, they're going to have a total amount of money that they spent during the auctions getting their pizza. And this is going to be what determines turn order. So it's going to go from the player who spent the least during the auctions is going to have first place for turn order. But those might switch around depending on how much money people played. So now we're in the second phase of the game, which is delivering the pizzas. So we all have our pizzas in our cars, which are represented by these pawns here. This represents the pizza shop, so that's where we need to start and where we need to get back to once we've delivered our pizza. So like I said, you start with 30 fuel, and that's going to be spent during the game to move your ride token around the board delivering your pizzas. So before we begin the second phase, we all get to take turns in turn order picking our borrowed ride. So one of the perks of working for Pizza Town is that the automobiles are provided for you. You don't have to use your own car. So there's a bunch of different vehicles that you're able to pick from. So here's an example of one of the borrowed rides that you have in the game. So this is the Roadster, and each borrowed ride has 2 methods of transportation, one on the front and one on the back. The Roadster comes with the skateboard. So I have a Roadster and a skateboard to help me get around the game, and I can use either of those on my turn. So the Roadster tells you how many spaces you can move and how much fuel it costs you to move that many amount of spaces. For example, if I wanted to go 5 spaces, that would be 50 miles an hour, so each 10 is a 1 space, and that would cost me 11 fuel. Okay, so on my turn, since I'm going first, I'm going to go ahead and look at the 3 orders that I have and look at the cards in my hand. So each turn, you just have to play 1 card from your hand, one of your employee cards, and then you can move. So first you play an employee card. So my first turn, I think I'm going to play a card that says takeout. It says you may deliver one of your orders this turn to the pizza shop, gain $3 less for this order. So I'm going to do that so that I can deliver the one that's furthest away from me, which is number 9. So that is considered delivered, and I'll get $3 less for it. And then I'm going to go ahead and move towards my other order, which is number 28, which is right here. So you can't jump from here right to there because you have to follow the roads here. There's road connections. So I'm gonna have to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 spaces. And with my Roadster, that's gonna cost me 16 fuel. So I'll go ahead and pay 16 fuel so that I can move 8 spaces. And that would be the end of my first turn. My next turn, I'm gonna play another card, which I'll play the card Shortcut, which allows me to ignore road connections for 1 turn. And I'll also flip my ride card over to the other side and use the skateboard. And the skateboard has an ability that gives me an extra $2 for every delivery that I deliver with the skateboard. So at the end of last turn, I ended up on 28, so I actually delivered 2 orders last turn. And then this turn, I'm gonna go ahead and move 2, ignoring the road connections there, which allows me to deliver my last order of number 24. And so I'll go ahead and collect all the money from here for those orders. At this point, I'm gonna get $20 from this employee bonus section of the board as well. So this is incentivizing players to get back to the pizza shop more quickly. So whoever gets back first gets $20, and then it just depreciates $4 each for 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th place. So that's the end of a round of Pizza Town. So you go ahead and do that, those 2 phases 3 times for the 3 rounds of the game, and then you compare and see who has the most money. Thanks for watching how to play the game. My people will be in touch with your people so that we can get this game published.